Metallics. I forgot my own paint scheme for a second then. All my days.
Hello and welcome to the final episode in this vlog series. Now, don't worry. This isn't me completely giving up on YouTube and not doing any more videos. I have literally decided, I've come to the decision to retire this series and do some other stuff. So, shall we get on with the updates?
Carry the Emperor's will as your torch!
So, updates. I've had a couple of ideas recently. One of them obviously is to do with this vlog. So the decision has come to basically split this vlog up into two separate videos. One will be a purely mental health focused one, but it will tie in with a essentially separate contained hobby vlog, and they will be linked together, but they will be two separate videos, which does mean, however, that there are going to be certain miniatures that I work on that you won't be able to see plastered across social media. You'll only be able to see them via the hobby vlog. The next update to mention is essentially a new series that's coming probably in the new year, end of December, new year-ish. Myself, Mortiska from the Discord, the Foxy DM, aka Enabler, and Matt, aka Grand Enabler from Warhammer, we're all getting together and we're doing a Horus Heresy themed, is that the right word? We're doing a Horus Heresy essentially podcast thing with some visuals, some eye candy of miniatures and stuff that will be coming to the channel soon, and that is hosted by all of us. I'm really looking forward to getting that started and off the ground. Other updates. So I'm going to be carrying on with the Voxhammer podcast as well with my good friend Sean for All Ages of Geeks. Link will be in the description below as always. I'm going to carry on doing that up until the last possible moment before obviously taking a break for moving house and such like. But yeah, we've already had some really good guests. It's been an interesting couple of months. We've had some really great recordings, and there's been some excellent feedback from you guys, the listeners and the viewers. So keep it coming. I love to hear it. And yeah, I think that's everything for the updates, pretty much. So on that note, we'll move on to the hobby health side of things. No, it isn't everything. I completely forgot. So, streaming side of things, because I've had quite a few people ask me this. Either they saw the posts on social media or they actually saw the final stream, and I don't think I quite got the point across. So I'm not going to be streaming throughout December. This is just a break I'm taking so I can spend more time with family. There's a couple of events and things going on, so I want to get involved in that. I will be back streaming in the new year. Hopefully once we've settled, new move, things like that, I want to go big or go home. So it'll be a big event I'm going to put on. I want to do giveaways, there'll be painting, just having a laugh, general chit chat and stuff like that. But we'll go big or we'll go home. We'll just go big because I'll already be home. Well, I will anyway, and so will you. But that's the final update.
Forward to victory!
Okay, so for hobby health, most of you have probably already seen at this point, a lot of my posts and things have revolved around achievements for the year. So I just want to take a moment to talk about achievements, because I mention them a lot in relation to mental health. And it's important that you recognise those self-achievements. Now, whether this is hobby related or it's mental health related, is it, getting over a hurdle, or whether it's painting your first miniature in 3 years, 5 years, 15 years, whatever it's been. These achievements are a source of positive mental health. That they help towards a good psychological mindset, so to speak. Now, it doesn't really matter what that achievement is. It sounds daft, but it really doesn't. It doesn't have to be some big, grandiose thing. It can be something small. Me, personally, getting the referrals for mental health support that I've needed for so many years has been a big achievement. It's not directly my achievement because I haven't really done much, but it's still an achievement. The charity events for me have been a big achievement. But talking to a lot of you people, the viewers, there have been so many achievements that may or may not have gone unnoticed, but to you they mean everything. And I just want to go into a little bit more detail as to what I mean by how these achievements affect you when you are struggling with your mental health. So, for example, people with a strong sense of purpose, a persistence, and accomplishment, you end up performing that little bit better. You end up pushing yourself further. You end up getting involved in new projects, and all of this builds up on your own self-confidence, your own personal image, which is great for a positive psychological mindset. Another thing is achieving something that has great importance to you brings a greater sense of well-being and benefits that accomplishing a task with no personal value. It's not about what it does for someone else, it's about what it does for you. And from everyone that I've spoken to in the last 2 weeks or so, mental health wise, there has been so many accomplishments, personal accomplishments that people have made, and it is fantastic to hear from these people how they have overcome certain difficulties, overcome traumas or triggers from traumas. As well as this, you have a multitude of hobby related achievements, people finding themselves featured on Hobby Roundup thanks to the Warhammer community team, or being featured in the White Dwarf, finally getting round to painting that miniature that has given them so much anxiety over the years, or just having that one miniature on social media that you didn't think was that great but has got the most likes. That is in itself is an achievement, and this all builds on your self-worth. It builds on the image that you have of yourself, and it pushes forward that sense of positive mental health. So speaking of achievements, I have some absolutely fantastic examples. The first one you can see is from the Iron 10th of Istvan. It is a Berserker Dreadnought by the looks of things, and I cannot take my eyes off it. Apparently it was created with Death Guard Contemptor, Murderfang, Death Company Dreadnought, Sentinel Legs, Horus, and over 800 paperclips holding it together. It's an absolutely astounding piece, and I'm really thankful that it was sent. I put up posts all over the place asking for people's achievements, and well, I think that one's definitely an achievement because it looks absolutely amazing. I love everything about it, to be honest. The weathering, the damage, the chains, the Wolfen head is absolutely brilliant. The Murderfang's head is absolutely brilliant, including the blood splatter. And I'm not one for going in for the blood splatter, but it looks really, really cool. Next up, we have Christopher's achievement of the year over on Twitter at the Emperor's Finecast. This is just an absolutely amazing piece. The achievement for him was getting it on Hobby Roundup. And for him, it helped him invest in the hobby. He goes on to say how the hobby has helped him with his PTSD and GAD tremendously, which is fantastic to hear. And I'm looking at this model now, and I love the wings, the stars, the colour. It's very vibrant, and it shows a lot of creativity. I love the model, and I love what it's done. Just getting it on Hobby Roundup, what it's done for Christopher's overall hobbying experience, which is fantastic to hear. Another Roundup achievement, and there's more of these to come, so you'll probably recognise a few of these. This one comes from Dan, at Dan and his Minis. I remember these actually being featured, and I thought the colour scheme was really unique, that mix of purple and yellow. It's really striking, it really stands out, and it's a lot of fun. It's a fun colour scheme, and he rightly so is proud of this scheme after all the experimentation, and it's something that I think we can all agree on, that experimenting with new colour schemes leading up to our final piece can be really exciting. It can be a lot of fun. It can also be a little bit frustrating, but it's accessing that creative outlet, which overall helps with our mental health, because we're being creative, and then you follow on with each little achievement, which gives you that sense of worth, and you end up with these amazing pieces. And Dan did a really good job with these Necrons. Now, next up is our very own Fatal Dan from the Discord. He does also have an Instagram, and I will put that in the description, link in the description below. Dan does some amazing work with miniatures. He's very passionate, he's very driven, and what made me laugh about this entry was the fact that it wasn't something that was featured on the Roundup or featured in White Dwarf or anything in particular. It's a miniature that he didn't particularly like, but got the most attention on Instagram, which is quite amusing to say the least. I think what he does with miniatures, he does really, really well. It looks dirty, it looks grimy, it looks horrible, but it's supposed to. It's a plague marine. Let's face it, they're not supposed to look nice. And he did a really, really good job with it. Really emphasises the fact that there's rot and decay. And yeah, he should be proud of this miniature, regardless of whether it's his most favourite or his least favourite. It catches people's eye because it does look that good. So next up is Dave Baden's achievement for the year. Another hobby roundup. We can even see Wade and Peachy in there. It's great to see their reactions towards some of the miniatures that are featured on the roundup. This Necron piece was actually done by both Dave and his kid, which is awesome to hear. It's nice to hear like parents involving their children in the hobby, and it's just great to see. It's a fantastic piece. And yeah, finding yourself on Hobby Roundup, it doesn't matter whether it's your first time or whether it's your 100th time. The feeling that you get from it, that sense of achievement that you are being featured and shown off to the entire community. Bearing in mind that when you're on social media, it's only a small corner of social media that sees your work most of the time. Via the Hobby Roundups, it's the entire community is watching, and it's a great sense of worth to what that you've done, the work you've put in, and the passion that you've put into the miniature. So great work, Dave. So personally, this one I would say is a big achievement. Getting your army in a cabinet at Warhammer World. This one was sent to me by Matt from Valhammer. Matt is an amazing painter, does some great conversions, and yeah, when I first heard that his army was in a cabinet, even I myself was a little bit jealous. I'm not even gonna lie, because that is a big achievement. You know, your army is in a cabinet at Warhammer World. I'm wondering now, like, how long. I'm gonna have to ask him how long it took for that to sink in. But it's a fantastic army. I've seen close-up pictures, and I will put a link in the description below for his Instagram. He does some amazing work, and just blew me away when I found out that this had happened. So I can only imagine how he must have felt. So an army achievement now sent in by Mortiska. Absolutely love his work. He's another person that inspires me. He's always got suggestions, he's always got some advice on how to develop existing skills or new skills. His achievement for the year was 2,500 points, I believe, of World Eaters for the Horus Heresy. They look absolutely stunning. There's so much detail, so much passion's gone into these miniatures, and seeing like an army as a full force, like a family photo, is really inspiring. It's nice to see, and it makes you want to get out all your miniatures and sit down and take pictures. Well, it does me anyway. I think it'd take me a few hours if I wanted to do that. I know it'd take Mortiska a lot longer, but it makes me want to do it anyway. But this is one of his achievements for the year, and boy oh boy is that an achievement. They look absolutely amazing. Next we have another hobby roundup, this time with Nick and Wade instead of Peachy. Always great to see Nick's smiling happy face. get so excited over Ultramarines. I don't understand why. But this one was sent in by Jake from Baden Minis. Another fantastic Necron piece. He sent me some close-up shots, some different angles, and the colour scheme is really, really cool, very striking. The orange really stands out, it catches your eye. It's a very interesting piece, and again, he found himself being featured on the Hobby Roundup, which that sense of achievement is overwhelming and it's interesting, and it's just, there's no more I can say about it. It doesn't get any different. Each time it happens, it doesn't change the feeling. And I know we've got a lot of the Hobby Roundups, and it is a big achievement for a lot of people. And I know it's a focus for a lot of people to kind of get their miniatures up on there. But as I've mentioned before, it doesn't matter whether it's a big achievement or a small achievement. These roundups are a good, they're a fantastic achievement. But there are other achievements as well. Just getting a miniature painted, getting something new built, or just coming to your final stage in your experimenting with paint schemes for a homebrew chapter of some description. So this is a twofer, to be honest. Most of you probably recognise from just the picture exactly who I'm going to talk about right here. These were sent to me by Mike's 40k over on Twitter. I absolutely love Mike's work. Like, he's so inspiring, and I think from the conversations we've had, the achievement hasn't just been this idea and concept for the Allied Astartes project, but it has also been what's come of it, like the community, the Discord, everyone working alongside each other, painting up each other's models, as well as like Mike's personal achievements with the variety of models that he's painted at such a high consistency of quality. It's been amazing to see. I personally wanted to do more when it came to the Allied Astartes, but due to other projects and my flightiness, I haven't actually got round to anything yet. But at the moment, I'm relishing. I'm literally swimming in everyone else's creativity, seeing these homebrew chapters, and I'm a big fan of homebrews, as most of you know. Seeing these homebrew chapters develop and grow, and people are adding new armies and a lot of character to their characters, their HQ units, and the creativity when it comes to different units. It's been really, really fun to see, and I think as an achievement overall, it's not just Mike's personal achievements, but it's the overall achievement of the entire Allied Astartes project and its community, its sort of subculture community that it's developed. I've seen that artists have got involved. There's been galaxy maps and artwork and a variety of other things, and it's such a great achievement to see. So next up we have this knight from Joseph Cullen. I remember seeing this for the first time and immediately was drawn to some of the parts, like the old whirlwind missiles, the head, the base, all the rust, the hazard stripes. There's some absolutely fantastic paint work being done here, and for him, this is his first knight that he painted and built, and he's his proudest model, and so it should, because it's absolutely fantastic. And it's always great to hear how the hobby has helped with like mental well-being as well. So yeah, really nice mini, really nice paint job, and I can't wait to see what he comes up with next, because he does some excellent work with miniatures, and he's watching his painting style come along, and how he does things and how quickly he gets work done as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with next, Joe. The last one in our achievements that was sent in was from Warhammer Tom. Now, these are absolutely fantastic miniatures. I love his work. Yet again, I love people's work. You can see the passion that people have put into them. Some of these are commissioned, some of these are his personal work. And you can see his passion, you can see his love for the hobby in his miniatures, with how much detail he goes into, how much time he takes on each piece. And it's really nice to see. And just as I've mentioned before, like I know I've mentioned earlier on, like I consider certain achievements to be big ones, but I don't actually consider any achievement to be small when it comes to the hobby and that sense of achievement, because these aren't from Hobby Roundup, these aren't from featuring anywhere or anything in particular. They are simply just the miniatures that he is proud of from this year, and that alone, that pride that you have in your own individual miniatures is worth way more than any attention from any other person. So with all that being said, I think that rounds off the video, to be honest. I just want to say like a big thank you to everyone who sent stuff in, hobby related stuff and mental health related stuff, to those of you that direct messaged me about personal stuff, achievements to do with mental health and things. You people, you just keep doing you. You know, don't listen to the negativity. Focus on what the professionals are telling you. Focus on what those people who you know and trust to be truly sympathetic and know what you're going through and have been there themselves. You know who these people are, and just to keep doing you. You know, it's okay to not be okay, and you're gonna have bad days and you're gonna have good days, but let's keep pushing. Let's keep bringing this awareness to the forefront. Let's keep talking about these mental health issues. Let's raise that awareness and push it to the forefront, so it's okay to talk about this stuff and people feel more comfortable about being open and honest about what's going on. And then hopefully someday we can have these conversations and not worry about persecution, or you don't have to worry about someone making a snide remark, because there'll be more understanding. I'd just like to say further to that, to everyone who supported the vlog and the channel and its growth, thank you very much. It's been great. I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting better. I can see my own achievements from time to time. And obviously you guys like to tell me when I've done something good or when I've done something bad, for that matter. So, you know, doing something right, obviously. So yeah, with that in mind, I just want thank you to everyone, and I will leave you with the roundup for what our Discord members have been up to recently. And hope everyone has a great Christmas, Happy New Year, and see you next year. I need this on a post-it note. If you like what you see on the channel, please do not forget to click the like button, click the subscribe button, and please check out the Ko-fi that will be in the description down below. Everything that goes towards that helps towards me making more videos and supplies and tech and everything else, and will eventually help the channel grow further. So thank you everyone. I'll leave you to the miniatures now.
Burn the heretic! Kill the mutant! Purge the unclean!